Everyone, a very good evening to all of you. Today we are here to discuss the solutions and last minute strategy for Goa Staff Selection Commission exam, which is going to be held on 4th and 5th of October for various vacancies, various posts like accountant, state tax officer, junior engineer. This had been a very big vacancy which has come in a very long time, and you guys must be excited about it. So we just thought few days back on 30th September, you guys must have given this mock test, which was there on the Bodhi Academy app, through which we have also shared the results across the groups, across various community groups or various WhatsApp groups. We have circulated the results. So today we thought of doing the analysis of the same question paper so that you guys are well aware of where you had done the mistakes or wherever the problem lies, and so that those things, those mistakes should not repeat when the exams are there. Fine. So our process will be like, first we will be going through the reasoning part, then mathematics, then English, and then Konkani. Our expert faculties of the Bodhi Academy will tell you how how we have been derived to the solution, how we have got those solution, how we have got those answers, so that accordingly, whenever you attempt the exam paper, you need to be well aware on how to attempt all these examinations, all these sections. So we will start with logical reasoning and see how to solve the initial 15-20 questions of logical reasoning. Over to you, sir, for logical reasoning.
Yes, sir. Uh, Now I'll share my screen. If someone could confirm whether it's visible or not, that would be really helpful. Is the screen visible?
Yes, 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 sir. The screen is visible.
Okay. Uh, my first 2 cents about logical reasoning is that the paper was relatively easier and manageable. टाइम मैनेजमेंट अगर थोड़ा बहुत आ जाता है तो सारे ही क्वेश्चन लॉजिकल रीजनिंग के वैसे देखा जाए आसान. Starting with the first one, it says there are 3 people, A, B, and C. They are standing in a queue, not necessarily in the same order. Keyword being not necessarily. So what we'll do is we'll draw A, B, and C. There are 4 people between A and B. And there are 7 people between B and C. Then there are 11 ahead of C and 13 behind A. If you do this, you will get 13 plus 4 plus 7 plus 11 plus the 3 characters, that is A, B, and C. So those will be 3. Now, if you see this, even without adding, if you see this, this is not the most efficient manner of arranging them, because here it says not necessarily in the same order, correct? So if this is not, and they have asked you the minimum number of persons in the queue, अगर ऐसा देखा जाए, this won't be the minimum. The reason behind that is, what if, okay, what if C is over this side? That is also possible, no? So what we'll do is we'll quickly look after that perspective as well. Okay. Now, if you see, it says there are 4 people between A and B. Now, it says there are 7 people between C. First case was we added C here. Now what we'll do is we'll add C this side. Now if 4 people are here, A will become the 5th one. Here it will be C. Okay. So there will be 2 people between A and C. Then there are 11 people ahead of C. Now if there are 11, 11 minus 2, minus A minus 4 minus B. How many people are there together? 1, 2, 3, 7, 9. So 11 minus 9, you'll have to add more 2 this side. And there it says there are 13 people behind A. I could just erase this. 13 people behind A. So 2 are already done. So 13 minus 2 minus C. You will be left with 10. So the final arrangement would be 10 people plus C plus 2 people between C and A plus 4 plus B plus 2. Oh, okay. So if that is the case, did I make a mistake? 11, 9, sorry, yeah, plus 3, I think. Yeah, plus 3. So this would add up to 22 people. The correct answer is option A. Moving on. Question number 2. Now, whenever we come across a pattern like this where we have to study the pattern, our first thought is going row wise. So 5, 7, 4. Now, if you see, you can come up with various ways of making sense between these two. Like, for example, 5 times 4 minus 13 is 7. Fine. But will that satisfy the next one? 16 times 38 minus 13. Will you minus x? Will you get 13? Possibly not. So instead, we'll go for column. Okay. Now, if you check the column perspective, column makes more sense because the numbers are closer. Now, if you see, the correct answer to this would be, let's look at column 1. So 5, 16, 7, 3. If you see this, 7 times 3 minus 5 equals 16. That is 21 minus 5 equals 16. 5, 16, 7, 3. We have utilized all 4. Similarly, let us look for column 2. Okay. Numbers are 7, 13, 4, 5. So लास्ट के 2 को मल्टीप्लाई करना है, उससे फर्स्ट वाले को सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है. Will we get 13? Yes, we do. Correct? That is how it is. So even this makes sense. Now the last one would be 6 times x minus 4 equals 38. 6x, yeah, equals 42. X equals 7. The correct answer is option 3. Okay. So please make sure that you're not just focusing on your row-wise mathematical operation. Sometimes even the questions might be column-wise, or if the examiner wants to make it really difficult, he or she might make it difficult in the sense where the diagonals also can come into play. Now, question number 3, question number 4, very easy when it comes to analogies. अगर थोड़ा सा GK आता होगा तो we'll know Colombo is a city, Sri Lanka is a country. Similarly, Kabul becomes a city and the country would become Afghanistan. Okay. The correct logical reasoning or explanation behind that is capital. Okay. The correct answer here is option C, Afghanistan. Kabul is the capital of Afghanistan. Now, moving on. Next one is a little difficult. I wouldn't call it difficult, but it takes a bit of solving. If you pay attention here, पहले word को first part of it, cat, x, a, f. If anyone has ever solved coding, decoding, and even in the classes that I teach, my first case is a to z लिखना है, z से a लिखना है, उसके opposite. So if you see, C is exactly opposite of x. Now you might think A is kept as common. But if you check the options, LID के बाद बीच वाले में I होना चाहिए, यहाँ पे नहीं है. So we can't say that A is kept as same. Okay, so keep that in mind also. You can utilize options this way. Now, X, A, F. ये तो direct opposite हो गया. Here it is basically reverse plus, I'll just write reverse properly. Reverse plus 1 for the middle term. A का reverse क्या होगा? Would become Z plus 1 would be A again. If you check for T का reverse would become G, but यहाँ पे F है. So -1. G से एक पहले जाना, that becomes F. Keeping this logic in mind, let us go for L, I, D. L का direct opposite would be O. Okay. So I ka direct opposite would be R. You'll have to add 1 to it. It becomes S. D ka direct opposite would be W. उससे एक हटाना है, it would be V. Answer is O, S, D. Okay. Now, इतना अगर सॉल्व करने के लिए टाइम नहीं है, अगर ऑप्शन देखोगे तो सिर्फ एक ही ऑप्शन है जहां पे O से स्टार्ट हो रहा है. तो अगर L का ऑपोजिट भी अगर O पता चल जाता है, directly you'll get an answer. At least in this case, you've gotten an answer to it. Okay. So keep that in mind. Again, this is a very smart use of using your options to solve your question without solving everything. But once you understand the logic, the question tend to become a little easier. Question number 5. In a certain coded language, cars are white and blue. So cars are white and blue. It is coded as @9, the word at and kilometer. This, let me be very clear, this does not signify car means at. Okay, car may or may not be equal to @. Keep that in mind. Now, with the same, how do you go about solving this question is, you have to find for great and red. Okay, so now look for sentences that has the word great, that has the word red. There is only one case where great appears. Okay, that is as cars and great. So cars and greats is written as what? At TR. Now check for cars. Cars is appearing here. Cars is appearing here. Look for the ones that is common between cars and between this statement and this statement. What is the key? Sure and cars great at TR. So between this and this, which is a common one? At is a common one. Correct? So cars will become at, great will be PR. Now look for PR in your option. So this is gone, this is gone. So there are two options left with PR and LP. The other one is PR and KM. Now, if you follow the same process of eliminating options and codes, you will realize that even the word red appears only once. Okay, so similarly, you'll have to follow for the word red, and the correct answer to this question is option 1. That is PR LP is your correct answer. You'll have to follow the same process. Okay. Now this was not a difficult question, but rather a tricky one. Just give me a second. There's a screen for you guys. Okay. Now moving on. It says cup is coded as 80. Spoon is coded as 158. You'll have to find for table. Whenever we are discussing coding, decoding, The most important aspect is numbering them. A is 1, B is 2, so on and so forth. Z or Z becomes 26. My advice is if whenever you're solving or whenever you're attempting a question paper, keep a rough sheet, write this first. That is A to Z, 1 to 26, and the other is A equals Z, B equals Y as a reverse one. Because most of the coding decoding questions are revolving around the same idea. Okay? Now, once you're done with that, just for the word cup, if I have to write it here, C is 3, U is 21, P is 16. So if you add all of this up, you get 40. It is coded as what? 80. So times 2 will become 80. Similarly, for spoon. Okay. Spoon, S is coded as 19, P is 16, both O is 15, 15, N is 14. If you add all of this up, okay, you get 79, to which you multiply 2, you'll get 158. Okay, I think you're getting a hang of it. Similarly, you'll have to find for table. So table is what? T is 20, A is 1, B is 2, L is 12, E is 5. So 20 plus 1 plus 2 plus 12 plus 5, this adds up to 40 again. Multiplied by 2, that is 80. I think option 4 has the number 80. Yeah, so option 4 is your right answer. Table will be coded as 80. Okay, now moving on. This is very easy. The next one, GU, let me write it somewhere else. GU, JV, OW, RX, question mark. If you see the second term, U, V, W, X, Y, तो जहां पे भी आंसर में y है, ऑप्शंस में y है, वो तुम्हारा आंसर बन जाएगा. The correct answer here is option 1. Okay. Basically, the code is +1 on the second term, and on the first term it is +3, +5, +3, +5. R +5 would give you W. Okay. It's very easy. My advice is logical reasoning में options का utilization बहुत important. Now, moving on to the next one. It is a basic number series question. What is the principle that we normally use? Pick out the first two terms, find the relation. The relation here is 16 times 2 plus 2 equals 34. 34 times 2 plus 2 equals 70. Now, so similarly, the similar logic would be 142 times 2 plus 2 equals 280. Option 1 is your right answer. Okay. I hope this was easy to understand. Moving on. Now, there are 3 4-letter clusters alike. So out of the 4 words, 3 of them are alike. One is different. We have to pick the odd one up. What are the words? PAST, fast, zoom, deck, bird. This is a little trickier question because there is technically no maths involved or anything like that. It is basic English. If you say past has got only one vowel, that is A, E, I, O, U, all of these appear only once in past. Deck में भी एक बार आता है, bird में भी एक बार आता है. But if you see zoom में वो 2 बार आ रहा है. The correct answer here is option 2. Zoom is the odd one out. Okay? I think this is easy. Now, moving on. Blood relation question. A little tricky if you don't know how to make the tree and how to make the relations between the characters given. A is the niece of B. Okay, niece. A will become female. B, we don't know the gender as of yet. Here the circle means, let us consider this to be X. X and B are siblings. That is how you'll get a niece wala relation. B is the only son of C. So B will become the son. D is a husband of C. So D is male, C is female. So technically X will be the child. X is a child of D and C. How is D related to A's mother? So A's mother, X is female then. So how is D related to A's mother between D and X? X is a child of D and X is female child. Female child को क्या कहता है? Daughter है. ठीक है? But they have asked you how is D related? So D is the father of A's mother. D, father of A's mother. Okay? I think this was pretty easy to understand. Shouldn't be any doubts as such. Moving on. Next. Choose a figure that represents the relation between Hamburg, Bremen, and Germany. Germany, as we all know, is a country. Okay? Hamburg and Bremen are cities. If you didn't know, please make a note that these are cities. So Germany should be the bigger circle, Bremen and Hamburg. Bremen, Hamburg, Germany. Okay? Because they are cities where, obviously, in Germany. So there is only one thing that signifies this, that is option 1. There's only one drawing that signifies this particular relation. Okay? No other drawing. If you see concentric circles, they would have to be like, acha, let us assume here. Brennan would have been a smaller state or like a sub-municipality or municipality, then you would have Hamburg, uske bahar Germany. That is not the case. Both Hamburg and Brennan are different cities. Even this wouldn't be a possibility because both of them should be in one singular country. So you can use this kind of logic and solve. Okay. Now, question number 12, it is age-related question. In some papers, this will be considered as maths. In some papers, it is considered as logical reason. But the thing is, it is still basically one of those same principles. Okay. Now, if you all want, I can take it up, or if maths sir is there, even maths sir can take it up. Okay, that is one. आ ही गया तो हम लोग पहले वाले सॉल्व कर लेते हैं, उसके बाद we'll come back to this. Okay, we'll solve this at the end because the next ones are pretty easy. We'll solve those two. Now, question number 13, if you see, you'll have to arrange these words in meaningful order. Here, you all can utilize options. Okay, but my advice to you is figure out the logic first. How do you apply the logic? Check. What do you need that is most important? We are all here because of education. So education technically should be one. Because you have good education, you will be getting a good job, because of which you'll be getting good income. यहाँ पे यू माइट गेट कंफ्यूज्ड, ठीक है। अब इनकम आ गया, हमें वेल बीइंग चाहिए या स्टेटस चाहिए, यहाँ पे तो ऑप्शन के हिसाब से चेक कर सकते हैं, ओके। बट इफ यू आर बीइंग वेरी ऑनेस्ट एंड इफ यू चेक द ऑप्शंस आल्सो, वेल बीइंग को लास्ट रखा है उन्होंने, तो हमारे हिसाब से स्टेटस वेल बीइंग से ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, और लास्ट में हम लोग लिखेंगे वेल बीइंग, ठीक है। नाउ इफ यू सी एजुकेशन इज नंबर 3, job is 5, so 3 5, income is 1, status is 2, well-being is 4. So 3 5 1 2 4, 3 5 1 2 4. This is your direct link. Sorry, my bad. 3 5 1 2 4. Question number, sorry, option number 4 is your answer. Question number 14, there is no way to explain this as such because it is all visualization. The answer to this question is option 1. I'll show you where it lies. उसके हिसाब से तुम लोग देख लेना. Okay. Look at this. This is a diagram like this. So you will have to figure it out here. Okay. It lies within the picture. All of the other ones are not there. Question number 15 is here. The sequence of folding a piece of paper, it is shown like this. Okay. If you see the last image, technically 2 corners of the smaller square are removed. This is the inner part of the larger square. This is the outer corner of the larger square. So ऐसा देखना है जहाँ पे छोटा स्क्वायर बने और बड़ा स्क्वायर बने, बीच में छोटा स्क्वायर, बाहर के कॉर्नर हट जाए। ये तो गलत है बिकॉज सर्कल हमें आ नहीं रहा है, ये भी गलत है क्योंकि सर्कल आ नहीं रहा। एक ही कट से 2 रेक्टेंगल कैसे बनेंगे, तो ये भी नहीं बन सकता है। अब बचेगा अपने पास ऑप्शन, तो ऑप्शन 1 इज द करेक्ट आंसर। ओके। Kunal sir, should I take up question number 12 or will Amay sir be taking up question number 12? If you could just confirm that once.
You can take Anish.
I'll take it up.
Yes. Just let them know the logic, ना. तो उतना ही बस होगा.
ठीक है. Now, the easiest way to solve any age-related question, because most of the age-related questions are always asked in 3 brackets, that is present, future, and past. Present age, how many characters are there? Rajan is 1, and Rajan's sister is 1. So best example is, take Rajan, or the important character is X. Okay. Now, Rajan got married 8 years ago. So this is the past that you're talking about. His age was 5/6 of his present age. So X minus 8 equals 5/6 of X. That is first part. His sister was 10 years younger at the time of his marriage. So sister was younger, being what? X minus 8 of his age minus 10. This is what? X minus 80. Okay. How old is she? Now you have to find her present age. So if you solve using this method, you will be able to solve it ahead. ये basic सा equation बनेगा. अगर इसके हिसाब से बनाओगे तो ये आंसर बन जाना चाहिए. Now, any other problems that you have in solving this? I don't think there should be any problem. इक्वेशन बनाने में ही दिक्कत आती है. अगर इक्वेशन नहीं बन रहे हैं तो एक बार कोई वीडियो वगैरह देख लेना. बट स्टिल आई डोंट थिंक इस इक्वेशन के बाद कोई आंसर आना चाहिए. Now, if you still want me to solve ahead, just give me a second. I'll erase this. I will solve. Now, X minus 8 equals 5/6 of X. Okay. This is what is given. Take X to one side. X minus 5/6 equals 8. This would be what? 1/6. X equals Let's solve it properly. We had written x minus a equals 5 by 6 of x. Taking x to one side, x minus 5 by 6 of x equals 8. LCM लेके करोगे तो 1 by 6 of x equals 8. X equals 48. This is Rajan's present age. Rajan's present age. Okay. We'll make a note of it somewhere. X equals 48. Now, 8 years ago ka relation is given. 8 years ago, x minus 8, Rajan would be 40. Rajan's sister was 10 years younger. So she was 30. Okay. This was 10 years ago. So Rajan's sister's present age would be what? Sorry. Rajan's sister's present age would be 30 plus 8, that is 30. Okay, so option C, that's your right answer. दूसरे इक्वेशन की जरूरत भी नहीं थी, सिर्फ एक ही इक्वेशन से हम लोग ने ये बना लिया. Okay, the correct answer is Rajan, when he got married, he was 40. Back then, Rajan's sister was 10 years younger. So she was 14 minus 10, that was 30 years old. Now he got married 8 years ago. So we'll have to add 8 to this. So 38 years is your final answer. Okay. Using both the methods, you can get the same answer. Okay. So that brings us to the end of logical reasoning. A few pieces of advice if I have to give you, that would be, first, please read the questions properly. Utilize the time well, use your options well. Cases options देख के ही answer guess कर सकते हैं when it comes to analogies and stuff like that. Okay. And when it comes to solving questions like where there is a bit of math involved, when it comes to number series, age, then direction and distance, please make sure the calculations are straight and accurate, that you are not making any mistake. Okay. And when it comes to puzzles, mirror image, then images, cutting, paper cutting, and all of that, don't assume anything until unless it is mentioned as a statement. Okay. When it comes to sequence and series, coding, decoding, please make sure you are applying logic for every single phrase, term, or numbers given. एक के लिए सेट हो रहा है, दूसरे के लिए नहीं हो रहा, then the logic में कोई गड़बड़ है. ठीक है? So please be attentive on stuff like that. You don't have to worry about the fact that, oh, logical reasoning, there's a bit of maths involved or your calculation mistakes are happening. That's the secondary point of it. But logical reasoning में सबसे important चीज logic होती है. So just make sure you're reading the questions right and you're applying what is given in the question. Sir, I think that should get us to the end of logical reasoning section. If they have any questions or something, that's fine. They can just post it up on the chat box given in the description. We'll look into it later.
Okay, Anish sir, not a problem. Let us start with mathematics now. I will share the screen, or you will stop sharing the screen as soon as
Yes,
you
sir,
stop.
just a second. Yeah. I think I've done it, yes.
Yes, fine. Okay, now we will be moving ahead with mathematics. The further questions which are there, those we will be solving now. So over to you, sir, for mathematics. We'll start with question number 15.
Okay, so we'll start with the mathematics question. So directly we'll start with the solutions for the question number 16. Okay, so the question number 16 is a mensuration question. So this is related to the cylinder, right? You should know few formulae related to cylinder. So first one is this: if the height and diameter of cylinder are 12 centimeter and 28 centimeter, so height is 12 centi, okay, and dia is 28 centimeters. So we can derive the radius, that is 14 centimeter, right? They have told us to find the ratio of total surface area, that is TSA, and the curved surface area. So total surface area divided by curved surface area. So the total surface area formula that we have is 2 pi r bracket h plus r divided by 2 pi r h. So 2 pi r and 2 pi r will get cancelled out. We have height, that is 12, plus radius that we have is 14 centimeter, and the height again 12. So the ratio that we'll get is 26 divided by 12. If we reduce it further, divided by 2, we'll get the final ratio is 13 by 6. Right. So we required the to find the ratio here. So we got the ratio of total surface area to that of curved surface area is 13:6. So the correct option is option number 3. Let me erase this solution so that we can move on to the next solution. So question number 13 is related to time and work. So rupees 1144 is divided among 2 men, 6 women, and 8 boys, so that the share of a man and a woman and a boy are in the ratio of 3:2:1. So in this ratio, they have given the share basically, right? Here, work done is same. So whenever work done will be same, we can relate this ratio to its efficiency directly, right? Efficiency will be related to its share. So we have a basic formula that we follow while solving the problems related to the efficient time and work, that is efficiency is equal to total work upon total time, right? This formula we can find out the total work done, right? Total work done will be is equal to efficiency into total time. See here, efficiency is given in the ratio of 3:2:1, right? So we have applied this logic here, right? And how many people are working? That is 2 men with the efficiency of 3. 2 men with the efficiency of 3 plus 6 women with the efficiency of 2 plus 8 boys with the efficiency of 1. So total work that we'll get after adding all this is 6 plus 12 plus 8. It will round up to 26 units, right? So for this 26 units of total work done, we have the reward of 1144 rupees, and total work is 26 units. So for 1 unit will get around rupees 44, right? 1 unit will get around rupees 44. So for the 3 units of the work done, right? Here the efficiency is 3. So 3 units of the work done by 2 men, that is 2 into 40, sorry, 3 into 44 will be rupees 132. So this will be the share of man. Okay. So the correct option will be option number 1. Let me erase this so that we can go to the next question. So next question is related to time, speed, and distance, right? So in a circular race, we have the circumference is given, that is 1000, the distance which is given as 1600 meters. So Bhaskar and Vinay, so speed of the Bhaskar will be 27 kilometers per hour, and speed of Vinay will be 45 kilometer per hour, right? Starting at the same time from the same point. So let us assume they start from this point. When they will meet for the first time on the trek, so when they will meet for the first time on the trek, when running in the opposite direction and in the same direction. So we'll first consider the case for the opposite direction. Suppose Bhaskar runs in this direction and Vinay runs in this direction. So the formula is direct, that is, we need to find the time. So time is equal to the distance upon speed. So this concept is basically related to the relative speed. So distance will be 600 meters divided by speed. So here, whenever the two objects which are moving in opposite direction will add the speeds, that is 27 plus 45 kilometers per hour. So to convert into kilometers per hour to meter per second, we divided by 5 by 18. So further simplification is required, that is 27 plus 45 will be 72 into 5 by 18. If we cancel it out, 1, 18 ones are 18, 18 fours are 72, right? So this will be 5 ones are 5, 5 threes are, this will be 20. So 320 by 4. So time will get is 80 seconds. Time will get is 80 seconds. So actually no need to solve the second part also, because if you see in the options, 80 seconds means 1 minute and 20 seconds. So we have option number 1 readily available. There is no other options containing the same answer, that is 1 minute 20 seconds. So option number 1 will be the answer. But let us solve for the second case also. Okay, the second case will be again the same formula, but here the speed which we added earlier will subtract it and again convert it into meter per seconds. So the answer will be This 18 will get cancelled. The time which you will get is 320 seconds. So again 320 seconds. If you want to convert into minute, just divide by 60. You will get 5 minutes 20 seconds is the answer. So actually no need to solve the second part also. With the first case only you will get the answer. So you can, in the examination, you can save up the time. Okay, let me erase this part so that we can move on to the next question. I would like to tell, mensuration is very important topic for the examinations like staff selection and GPAC. As of now, very little questions have been asked from this section. So please prepare the formulae, at least substitution type questions you'll be able to solve if you know the formulae. If you don't know the formulae, you won't be able to solve any of the question. So here, again see, we got the, now again mensuration question, that is find the volume of cone. So here you need to find the volume of cone having the base radius as 3.5 centimeters and height of 18 centimeters. So the figure will be like this. If you draw a cone, okay, I know figure is not accurate, but this is the radius, okay, and this will be the height, okay. So the formula for the volume of cone will be 1 by 3 pi r square h. So this is a basic substitution type problem. So 1 by 3 pi you can substitute it as 22 by 7. Radius is 3.5 multiplied by 3.5 into 18. Right. We can cancel it out. 3.5 ones are 3.5. This is 2s are. So this is 11. 3 ones are 3. 3 6 are 18. So final answer will be 11 multiplied by 3.5 into 6, which will be equal to 331 centimeter cube. Do we have? Yes, the fourth answer, that is 231 centimeter cube will be the answer. So mensuration, I would like to again tell you, mensuration, please focus on the formulas. There are huge possibilities that questions from this section, one is mensuration and the other one is the trigonometry, the applications, and the basic evaluate the following, the ratios type question. So it will come for the examinations. It has appeared for the technical assistant paper also. So I would like to tell students, so please last moment during your revision, please revise, go through your formulas also. Okay, we'll go to the next question. This question is a little bit lengthy, but I will try to tell you the logic, so how you can solve. See here, Amit and Bilal buys a good for 1,500 and 2,000. So here, cost price. So cost price for the of Amit is 1,500 rupees, and cost price of Bilal is 2,000 rupees. Right. This Amit marks his goods up by Y%. That means the profit is Y%. Profit is Y%. That is Y% of 1,500. So the profit you get is 15Y here. And the second part of the question that you need to find here is profit of Bilal, because look at the question, what they have said. Amit marks his goods up by Y%, while Bilal marks his goods up by 2y% and offers a discount of y%. If both make the same profits, so you can catch this line of both the profits, that is profit of Amit will be equal to profit of Bilal. And with this equation and with this concept, we can further on solve the questions. So I will directly mark the answer, that is 12.5. Okay, I will give you the equation also. The equation will be 15y is equal to 20y, 50 minus y upon 50. Please solve this equation. You will get the value for y. I've told you the concept, that is equate the profits of both. To equate this profit, you need to find out the selling price of the Bilal. Okay, as we have limited time, I will move on to the next question, but please try to solve this type of question. Otherwise, if anyone finds it really difficult to solve, you can skip this question, as there are no negative marking in the examination. You can mark any of the following. Okay, but try to solve these questions, because this type of questions are also accepted in the any competitive examination problems. Okay, so the next question that we'll move on to is average question. Next question is related to average. A class of 30 students. A class of 30 students. Okay, so total number of students are 30. The average score of 12 students is 62, right? So the average score of 12 students is 62. Okay, 12 students is 62, and that of the rest is 78. Okay, what is the average score of the class? So we have got first case of 12 students, so we can use the formula, that is average is equal to the summation of all the examination divided by number of observations. So we got here the average, that is 62, and observations, that is number of students, are 12. So we'll get the total sum of the scores of the 12 students. So if you multiply this, so for the case one, for the total score of 12 students will be 744. Similarly, look at the next part of the question. That of the rest is 78. That of the rest means total we have 30 students. 12 students ka we already got. So remaining will be of 18 students. 18 students, average is 78. Apply the same formula here. So the total score of 18 students will be 80 into 78. So the final answer for this case will be 1404. Okay. Now what they've asked, what is the average score of the class? That means you have to average score of the class. That means you have to take the consider the total number of students, that is 30. This will be the number of observations. Okay, and this for the summation of the marks. So first 12 summation we have 744, and for the next summation of the next 18 students also we have 1404, right? So again use the same formula to find the average, that is average is equal to summation of first 12 students plus summation of next 18 students divided by total number of observations, that is total number of students will be 30. So you will get 2148 divided by 30. So the answer you will be getting is 71.6 as the average, right? This very basic question of the average. Okay, though I've solved it through very long method, just in case if anyone has missed out the basics, you can follow this method and get the answer. Okay, so we'll go to the next question. Our targets to score 85%. Okay, so consider any person R whose target is to score 85%. Okay, for that manner we can consider, out of 100 his target is to score 85, right? Like that. So he scores 450 marks and misses the target by 30%. See here, his target is 85%, but he misses the target by 35%. So the score which he got is actually only the 50%. And 50% of the score is 450. If 50% of score is 450, then actually the total score of the examination, or of any one single paper, will be 900, right? If 50% is 450, then 100% will be 900, right? So what they have asked, by how much increment in percentage should be there in his scored marks to meet the target. Okay, see, for that his target is 85% of 900. So if we go to solve this question, so 85, okay, so the total 85% of marks will be 765. So his target was 765, but he scored 450, right? So now he's short of how many marks? He's short of, so just subtract 465 minus 450, you will get 315 marks. So he's short by this amount of marks. So he's short of 315 marks out of this 450. Okay, you just multiply it by 100, just cancel it out, 1010. Okay, this will be again 9, this will be again 6, 3, right? This will be 3, this will be 2, 1, this will be again 7. So the answer which you will be getting is 70%, right? So the R has to increase 315 marks, okay, from his this base score, that is 480, that is received, that is 50%. Okay, to achieve his target of 85%, he needs to increase his marks by 70%. I hope you got the answer. Let me erase this so that we can solve the next question. Next question is a favorite question of examiner as well as the students, because students know the formula by heart. Few people, they will solve mentally also without the use of pen paper. Okay, but still we'll try to figure it out how the question will work. So question number 23, it based on the relative speed concept. Okay, relative speed concept of train. So we have two goods train, that is of length 1 of 132 meters. Length 1 is the length of the train, and second train is of 108 meters in length. They are running towards each other on a parallel track. So that means towards each other, that means they're approaching towards each other. Okay, the first train is moving with the speed of 32 kilometers per hour, and the second train is moving with the speed of 40 kilometers per hour. So if they're moving towards each other, you will add the speeds, right? So if you add the speed, just add it, you will get 72 kilometers per hour is the answer. Then read the next question. How much time will they take to cross the each other? Okay, after meeting. So we have ready formula, that is time taken to meet each other will be L1 plus L2 divided by S1 plus S2. So you need to add both the lengths, that is 132 meter and 108 meter, divided by speed, that is 32 plus 40, that we already got as 72, right? Remember the conversion here, the speeds are in kilometer per hour, and we need to convert it to meter per second. That's why we are multiplying 5 by 8. So 2 by 40 divided by 72 into 18 by 5. So you can cancel out here. Okay, 4 48. So the answer that will you get is 4 ones are 4, 4 12s are 48. So answer will be 12 seconds. Let's check if we have any question, or sorry, option related to. Yes, the option number 1 will be the answer, that is 12 seconds. So this was very basic question related to time, speed and distance, that is relative speed concept. Okay, if you still have any difficulties, you can reach out to me through Bodhi Academy. Okay, next question is very basic, and again favorite question of staff selection, because basic simplification questions they are asking now. Even we can see this trend for the GPSC questions also. They have started asking the questions related to the basic simplification. Okay, so we'll try to copy as it is. 6 into 28 divided by 84 into 36 multiplied by 49 divided by 6 into 7. Okay, so as we know, we have studied in our high school, we need to follow board mass rule. Okay, this is the priority of the operations. Okay, so first we need to solve the brackets, then if we have any order, that it means exponents etc, or any powers, we have division followed by multiplication, addition and subtraction. So here we can solve first this bracket. Okay, this is the third bracket, so we can write 6 into 28 divided by 84 multiplied by 36 into 49 divided by 6 into 7 will be 42. Okay, close the bracket, you solve the bracket. Now try to solve this bracket. Okay, write as it is. 6 into 28 divided by 84 multiplied by, okay, 36. You can write this as 49 divided by 42. Right, 7 sevens are 49, 7 6 are 42, 6 1s are 6, and 6 6 are 36. So we can rewrite the equation like 28 divided by 84 multiplied by 6 into 7 will be 42. Okay, further you can solve it. Third bracket, 28. Now follow the order, that is you need to do first division. 28 divided by 84, and you can write it as it is. Okay, so after solving this, 28 1s are 28, 28 3s are 84, 3 1s are 3, this will be 3 1s are 3, carry 1, 14. So answer you will get, final answer will be 6 multiplied by 14, that will be equal to 84. Right, do we have any option? Yes, so option 1 will be the answer for question number 24. Okay, let me erase this question, sorry, solution, so that we can move on to the next question. Next question is based on the pure number system, right? Here again we need to do the basics. Again, explaining the basics will take a lot of time, so I will directly give you the solutions. Okay, because number system itself takes a huge time to understand, and students leave this topic. Students find it very difficult to complete this topic. So next question that we are going to solve is yeah, number system related. Find the remainder when 9 raised to 20, 9 raised to 20 plus 2 is divided by 4. What will be the remainder? Okay, this is a challenging question. Now you can write this 9 raised to 20 similar to that of 9 can be written as 3 square, right? Raised to 20 will be as it is, plus 2 as it is, divided by 4, right? Now 3 raised to, see here, if you have learned about the basic algebra or surds and indices, we have to multiply this 2 into 20, that is 3 raised to 40 plus 2 divided by 4. We can also write it as 3 raised to 40 divided by 4 plus 4. Now, why did we write it in terms of denominator? We need to check first denominator. Okay, in class we solve huge number of problems related to the number system. So we have to consider the denominator and convert the numerator plus 1 or the minus 1. So here denominator is 1 less than the numerator, okay, raised to 40. So anything, for example, minus 1, anything raised to odd number, the remainder will be minus 1 itself. Okay, if minus 1 raised to even number if there, then the answer will be positive 1, right? So here minus 1 raised to 40 that we got will be considered as 1. Why 1? See, whenever we divide 3 by 4, right, the remainder will be 1. Why? See, 4 is short of 1, okay, plus when you divide 2 by 4, the remainder will be 2, okay. So the answer will be 3. So the remainder when we divide 9 raised to 20 plus 2 will be 3, okay. So the option number 2 is the correct option. If you have any doubt with respect to number system, again you can reach me out to Bodhi Academy. Next question that we are going to solve is related to time and work. Okay, let me erase this solution so that we can move on to the next question. So here pipe A, B and C we have. So pipe A and B can fill the tanks. So I will denote plus as a filling tank. B is also a filling tank. Okay. And C is an empty tank. Okay. So A can fill the tank in 15 hours. B can fill the tank in 25 hours. And C can empty the tank in 40 hours. Right? To find the, see, we'll read the next part of the question also. So all three pipes are opened together, but pipe A is closed after 5 hours. After how many hours will the remaining part of the tank be filled? So to find the total volume of the tank, we need to find the LCM. So if you go to find the LCM, we'll get the LCM of 600 here, 600 units of LCM will get. Okay, so the efficiency of A will be 40 units. Okay, B will be 24 units and C will be 15 units. Okay, this efficiency is in per hour. as work done they have given in hours. Okay. Now they have given all these pipes are open together. That means for working for 1 hour, A, B, C, all these pipes are getting open. So A and B are filling pipes and C is emptying pipe. So if they open, 40 units will be filled for first hour. For the second hour, 24 units will be also filled. But C is emptying pipe, right? So 15 units will be drained off. Okay. So this work done will be for 1 hour. So the answer will get is 49 units. Okay, for 1 hour, all these three pipe will do 49 units of work. You got now why we subtracted this 15 units because it is emptying pipe. Next, next. Okay, so A works for 5 hours. So A will work with B and C for 5 hours. Okay, so A will work for 5 hours, right? We can multiply 5 here into 5. So 5 hours, how much units of work will be getting completed? 245 units of work will be getting completed by A, B, and C. Now, after 5 hours, A will leave, right? Now here, after 5 hours, A will leave. Now only B and C are left. So remaining work will be total work is what 600 minus the work done, that is 245 units. The remaining work will be 355 units. Okay. And what they have asked, after how many hours will be remaining part of the tank be filled? So remaining work will be done by B and C itself, right? So the efficiency of B and C is what 24, and emptying tank is the 15. So you need just to add, you need to follow basic formula, that is efficiency is equal to total work upon total time. So you need to find in total how many hours the work, the remaining work, that is of 355 units, will be completed by by this B and C. The total efficiency will be, see, as you know, B is filling pipe and C is emptying pipe. So you need to subtract the efficiencies, not to add. Do not make this mistake. Okay. So the net efficiency will be of 9 units. So divided by 9. So the answer that you will get is 39, 4 by 9 hours. Right. See, you can skip some of the steps in the examinations. Okay. Just for the explanation purpose, I'm explaining you in the little lengthier method. Okay. Do not follow this method. Okay. You can skip few of the steps in the examination so that you can save up some time. So next question is related to the simple interest formula. Simple interest formula. Okay. Let me erase this solution. So we'll go to the next 27th question. In okay, there is okay. In how much time will 5,000 at 4% per annum simple interest produce the same interest as that of 8,000 in 2.5 years at 8% per annum? Okay. So first we need to find what is that simple interest. Simple interest formula is simple: P into R into T divided by 100. Okay. First we need to find the simple interest when we invest 8,000, and the rate of interest is 8, and the time that they have given is 2.5 years divided by 100. If you cancel this, okay, you will get 640 into 2.5. The simple interest that you will be getting will be rupees 1,600. Okay. Again, you can use the same formula, that is SI is equal to PR into T. And here we need to find in how much time. We need to find the time. Okay. Now we have the simple interest also. We need to find time. Principal here is 5,000 into rate of interest is 4. We need to find the time upon 100. So time will be equal to 1,600 multiplied by 100. Okay, divided by 5,000 multiplied by 4. Okay, so time just need to solve. So the time you will get is 8 years. Okay, just follow this question, very basic. You need to find first the simple interest with this data, 8,000 principal, the years, the t 2.5 years and 8% per annum. Then take that simple interest, okay, and calculate for that simple interest how many years you need to required, or how many years you need to be invested in that respective bank. Okay, so option number 1 is the answer. Then we'll move to the next question. Okay, that is question number 28. 28 is again a good question. For example, a certain amount of money was lent for a period of 1 year and 9 months at a rate of 10% per annum compounded annually. Okay, so now here compound interest formula we need to apply. If the compound interest is 1,460, find the amount of money lended. So if you don't know also the formula of compound interest, I will show you how to find out. So we need to find here the amount which find the amount to be lent. That is, we need to find the principal amount which he lent. First, consider the principal amount that is lent as 1,000 units. Okay, so for the first year, he will be giving the land or lending the money for 10% interest rate. So 10% of this 1,000 will be 100 units, right? So the interest that he will be receiving for the first year will be 100 units. Okay, next for the 9 month, okay, 9 month we have to find how many new units he will be getting as a interest. But for the 9 month, see, the interest rate that the question speaks about is 10% per annum, okay, which is compounded annually. So first year, anyways, compound interest, simple interest, first year it will be same as it is. But if you're going for the next year, okay, for example, see, 10% for the 12 months, the rate of interest is 10%. But for the 9 month, the rate of interest will be how much? So x, you can take it x here, 10 multiplied by 9 divided by 12. So answer you will get is 7.5% as the rate of interest for the 9 months. As we got, how we derived it? We got 10% interest rate for the 12 months. Okay. Now, we need to find how many units of the interest he accumulated in those 9 months. Okay. So the compound interest for the 9 months will be, see, he will be receiving the compound interest on this 1,000 rupees also at the 7.5 interest rate, plus he'll be receiving the compound interest on this 100 units also at 7.5 units interest rate. Okay, so if you cancel this out, you will get 75 units plus 7.5 units, 82.5 units. So for the next 9 months, okay, he will receive 82.5 units as a total units. Okay, so now add the interest of one first year plus compound interest of next 9 months. That will be 100 plus 82.5 units. So it will come up to 182.5 units. Okay, so you got 182.5 units as a interest that we got at the end. So now you can see in the question, okay, they've given the compound interest rate, okay, is 1,460, right? So 182.5 units will be equal to 1460 of compound interest, right? We have found out the interest only, right? So first we found out, this 100 units which we got on 1000 units. So first we assumed 1000 units, then we got this as an interest on in the first year, and the second year we got 82.5 is the unit. So we add both of it, and then we'll get 1 unit will be equal to 1460 divided by 182.5. So 1 unit will be equal to 8 rupees, right? So if 1 unit is 8 rupees, we have assumed the principal to be as 1000 units, so multiplied it by 8. So the value which we will get is rupees 8000. Okay, I know little bit lengthy question, so option 4 will be the correct option. Okay, little lengthy question, but we have not used, see the beauty of the question, we have not used the compound interest formula. So with the logical reasoning also we can solve this type of question. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. That is the second last question of the maths, that is question number 29. Okay, it is again related to ratio and proportion as well as profit and loss. Okay, okay, I will solve it here. Okay, yes, so question number 29. Okay, see of the marked price of 55 items is equal to the cost price of 99 items. Okay, this is the first condition that we got. Then read further. The selling price of 56 items, selling price of 56 items is equal to the marked price of 35 items. Okay, now calculate the profit or loss percentage from the sale of each item. Okay, so after looking at these conditions, you are expert now. You can find the ratios, so that we can, after getting the ratios, we can consider that as a mark price, cost price, and the selling price, and we can derive the answer. Okay, so this is the first ratio that will get mark price upon cost price is equal to 9:5, and selling price upon mark price, that is 35 upon 56 as 5/8. Okay, now we can move to further step, calculate the ratios, CP, okay, MP that we have common, and SP. See, now we have to find the compounded ratio also. So CP that we got is 5, okay, MP is 9. Now again MP is 8, and SP selling price is 5. So we need to find the selling price and the cost price. So we can follow this rule to find the ratio. The cost price will be 40, 5 into 8 40, 9 into 8 72 is to 9 into 5 will be 45. So this is the ratio of cost price is to mark price is to selling price. Now we need to find the profit or loss percentage. Now how to find the profit or loss percentage? Right? Profit or loss percentage. So selling price minus cost price upon cost price into 100. Right? You will get the profit percentage. So selling price here is, after solving this ratio, we got 45 minus 40 divided by 40 into 100. Okay, so this will be equal to 5 divided by 40 into 100. Okay, this will be 2, this will be 5, Okay, so 25 divided by 2, which will be 12.5%. Okay, the answer is in positive, so it will be profit. Okay, let's look at the option. If any 12.5 option is there, yes, 12.5 profit is there. Okay, do not lose your concentration because they have also given the option of loss. Okay, so then we'll move to the next question, that is question number 38. Before that let me erase this part. Okay, this is the last question of the mathematics. Okay, let me erase. The next question is again of time and work. Students, please focus on time and work, as these questions are very important. At least 2 to 3 questions you will find from the time and work, at least 3 to 4 questions from time and distance. Okay, and the remaining questions will be from the rest of the syllabus of the maths. Okay, let me erase this one. Okay, if A and B together can do a piece of work in 20 days, and A alone can do a piece of work in 30 days, right? To find the total work done, we need to find LCM as usual. So the LCM that we'll get here will be 60 units. Right? To find the efficiency of A, just divide the total work, that is 60 divided by 30, you will get 2 units per day is the efficiency of A. Efficiency of A plus B you will get as 3 units, right? See here, efficiency of A plus B is 3 units, but you know efficiency of A, that is 2 units. So efficiency of B will be 1 unit per day, right? What they've asked in the question, then in how many days can B alone complete the same amount of work, right? So the time taken by the B to complete the same amount of work, that is 60 units, divided by the efficiency of the B is what? Efficiency of the B, just now we found out, that is 1 unit. Okay, 1 unit. So the answer that we'll get is 60 days. Okay, let's look at the option. Yes, we have option number 3 is the answer. Okay, so this is the end of the set of maths questions. So if you find any difficulties, you can reach out to me through Bodhi Academy. Okay, see, as we know that tomorrow we have exams for the accountant, and even the next week we have the exam for the JE. So this is my prediction that, please study mensuration related questions and the trigonometry related questions, because these questions are being neglected. And if you see the previous year questions of uh, accountant as well, so many they focused on trigonometry. So focus on trigonometry ratios also. Okay, and the mensuration part, revise the formulas. Okay, and if you're weak in maths, then please focus more on English, logical reasoning, get it right, and then last set of your time focus on the maths questions. Okay, so I would like to hand over the session to Kundan sir for the English session. Okay, thank you.
Hello, everyone. Just give me a minute. We will start this. So English carries good 20 questions, very, very important for your score, because mathematics, reasoning, or whatsoever subjects which you will be trying, they will take time to get solved. But this is something which always takes very less time to get solved, and it is very, very scoring. So we will move ahead with the same, and we will start up with the English portion for now. Okay, so let us start with English question number 31, that we have to choose the appropriate verb for the fill in the blanks. The question is, Reena dash a new dress for the party, but she dash it yet. Okay, so first, if you see the first fill in the blank, Reena dash a new dress for the party. Fine. Bought, buys, if you see the first option, bought, buys, had bought, has bought, none of the above. So if you go by the plain English, it will be easily evident that option number 3 and 4 cannot come. Fine. So if it is 3 and 4, so if you see the option number 1, which is a simple past tense, so you can directly see for a simple past tense at the first spot. So Reena bought is the correct option because the action of purchasing the dress happened at a specific point in the past. Whereas if you see the other options like buys, had bought, or has bought, so buys is simple present and it is not simple past. Had bought is past perfect, which is unnecessary at this stage or this point, and has bought should be followed by a present relevance, because not wearing, which is past continuous, will not fit. So the best option for this is Reena bought a new dress for the party, but she, now again, if you see the second options of that, has not worn, did not wear, does not wear, was not wearing, so it will come has not worn. So option 1 is the right answer for this. Option 1. So the sentence becomes, Reena bought a new dress for the party, but she has not worn it yet. This is the first answer, the first option, which is there. Moving on to the next question number 32. Same kind of question. The question says to fill in the blanks with the correct verb. The English section will be divided into these 2-3 parts, in which one part will be grammar, one part will be reading comprehension, and one part will be the usage of words or vocabulary. Mostly grammar, mostly English will be divided into these 3 sections, these 3 parts. Okay, so coming to the second question, the new shopping mall is dash with various brands and offer a dash shopping experience. So it is a new shopping mall. So what can be the option? If a new shopping mall is there, if you see the first option, crowded, empty, unique, basic. So new shopping mall can be crowded. It can never be empty. So option number 2 is eliminated. Option number 2 is eliminated because of that. If you see unique, so unique do not will go. It is not logical that unique will frame get a proper framing with the shopping mall thing, and the new shopping mall is basic. If a mall is having certain brands, so how can it be basic? So the only option remaining is option number 1. So when we will check it, the new shopping mall is crowded with various brands and offers a wonderful shopping experience. So the correct option is answer number 1. Fine. If you go to the next question number 33, same thing. Drinking enough water is dash for maintaining good health. Now drinking, and it is asking for good health. Okay, now if you see the options, first one is essential, can come, second is harmful, cannot come, because harmful for good health goes contrary. Unnecessary again goes contrary. Optional, if it would have used optional, then it would not have said good health. So again, we will only check the first option. So drinking enough water is essential for maintaining good health, especially in hot weather. In this question, in this part, the first fill in the blank was more important than the other one, than the next one. Okay, moving to the next question. In view of excessive heat, schools in Delhi remain closed dash a week in July for about in and to. So we use for when we measure the duration or when we say how long something lasts. So the answer will be for. The rest of the given options imply different meanings, whereas as per the context, the sentence talks about a particular period of time during when schools were closed due to excessive heat. Hence, for becomes the correct fit for the blank. So that is why option number 1 is the answer. Moving on to the next question, question number 35. Bhanu made a working model of an airplane dash when he was 16. Now, Bhanu, considering him to be a male subject person, there is only one answer, which can be himself. The given sentence includes the subject as a male person. We got to know from the usage of he. So, that is why in this regard, okay, when he was 16, that is why in this regard, the correct word which will be used for the blank is himself. Because this himself, it is a pronoun that accurately reinstates the presence of the sentence once again. The rest of the options are used either to indicate objects, female or some other person, but not specifically Bhanu. So that is why the answer will be option number 2. Next question, fill in the blanks with most appropriate word. New Delhi has been able to secure access to Mr. Jadhav by appealing dash international process. Now, New Delhi is securing access of someone. So, the option will be appealing to. Now, why it is there? Appealing to is the correct usage of the preposition here. Hence, the chosen option will be correct because New Delhi has been able to secure and appealing to international processes. So, that is why option number 1 will be the right answer. Now, coming to the next part of this, which I told is very, very important, is error detection or error spotting. Very important question. Question from this section will definitely come in the examination. So let us come to the first question. We have to tell where the error is. Himalayas include the highest mountains in the world and feed almost 20% of the Earth's population. So option 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 options are there. So the correct option is the error lies in the use of article the. Himalayas is a proper noun. So it should be the Himalayas and not Himalayas include the highest mountains. It should be the Himalayas. So the error lies in the use of article the before the Himalayas. Himalayas is a proper noun referring to a specific mountain range. So it should be preceded by the definite article the. So answer will be option number 4. Option number 4 will be the answer. When you move to the next question, question number 38, degree of comparison, quantifiers. So Rahul thinks he is as smarter as his friends in the class. We have to check on the error. So the correct option for this is, any guesses? Yes, it is option number 2. He is as smart as and not he is as smarter as. Smarter is the comparative degree of the adjective smart and is used when we want to compare two things or people in terms of intelligence. So in this question, Rahul isn't being compared to someone directly. Thus, using smarter is incorrect. Hence, the correct sentence is Rahul thinks he is as smart as his friends. Hence, the option is option number 2. Then, let us move to the next question. Question number 39. The question says, again, error detection. They secret / decided / to leave / the town. So the correct option in this, the secret decided the town to leave, none of the above. The correct answer is, it should be they secretly decided. So the correct answer is option number 1. They secret is incorrect because secret should be an adverb. In place of secret, it should be an adverb. So that is why secretly will come. An adjective or an adverb is needed here to describe how they acted. So the sentence could read, they secretly decided to leave the town. Fine. Moving on to the next question. Question number 40. The railway employees dash have always very punctual and honest in their duties. So there are four options. Option number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options are having always, has always been, are always, having always, none of the above. So the correct option in this is option number 3 because it's simple present. Have and has indicate possession in the present tense, while is, am, are used to show the state and condition of the subject. So in the given statement, it talks about the state and condition of the subject. Hence, are will be the correct choice here. Also, the chosen option follows the given rules, hence it will improve the statement correctly. Hence, the option is, and the correct sentence is, the railway employees are always punctual and honest in their duties. Fine. Moving on to the next question, question number 41. I was very lucky yesterday, dash a lot of fish, as I catched a lot of fish. So there are four options, 1, 2, 3, 4. As I catched, as I has caught, as I had catched, as I caught. As I caught. Okay, yeah, fine. So to catch is in the base form of infinitive. Caught is past simple, past participle, third person singular is catches, catching is past participle. So in this question, the correct option will go as option number 4. As I caught, not as I had caught or has caught or had catched. So the correct option is option number 4, as I caught. Next, question number 42. A very confusing question. Peterkin readjusted his hat and soon was listening to the conversation with as much interest as I was. So when you see the first one, so much interest, but there is a comparison value quantifying. So it will not come there. So many interest, with interest, many will never come. At most interest, with interest, most will never come. As many interest, again, I had to say it, that will also never come. So the right option is option number 5, none of the above. As much interest is the perfect one, which can fit in there. So here your error spotting, error detection finishes. So we had seen two types of question as of now. One is grammar based question in which you have to fill in the blanks. Then we had seen questions from examination where you have to find the error. Now moving on to the third type of questions. The whole English section will be divided into these three types only, these three parts only, most of the times. The third part is usage of words. If you are using it on day-to-day basis, or if your reading is good, you will be able to easily catch it because it is simple idioms. Like, say for example, select the most appropriate meaning of the given idiom, jump the gun. Now the idiom jump the gun, the meaning is to do something too early, especially before the proper time or without thinking. Okay, but when you will see the options, you can use the option elimination method as well. Jump the gun to start all over again. It does not fit. Using a gun for sports, it will never fit because it is an idiom. It is not something in a statement is asked in a passive voice or an active voice. To stop a process, no. But option number 4, to do something too soon and too quickly, yes, it can be the answer. So if you do the option elimination as well, 1, 2, 3 will easily eliminate and you can just take the fourth one and move ahead. So the correct option is option number 4 for question number 43. Now next, bite the bullet. If it literally means bite the bullet, means something which is very hard, very firm, and you are doing that, or you are doing some work which is considered to be very difficult. So when you see the options, to get something over because it is inevitable, was unavoidable, but you have to do it. So meaning of bite the bullet is to endure a painful situation that is unavoidable. So unavoidable and inevitable are synonymous. If you go to option number 2, to eat something, it will never come. To buy ammunition because of upcoming danger, it will never come. To feel powerless because of fatigue, This maybe, may not be, and 5 is none of the above. So the best possible answer is option number 1. Like example of this can be, she did not want a surgery but had to bite the bullet. So to do something which was inevitable, which was unavoidable. Moving on to the next question, by the skin of your teeth. I'll not take much of your time. The correct option is option number 1. Okay, that is to just barely get by or make it. So it is the meaning, the exact meaning of this idiom is just barely succeeding in doing something. One of the example is he passed the exam by the skin of his teeth. Means just barely succeeding in doing something. Fine. If moving to the next question, we have to see the appropriate meaning in the fast lane, means running very fast. So in this idiom, the correct option is option number 1, in great excitement. In the fast lane, whenever we ride our cars or whenever we ride our vehicles in the fast lane, means we are going at a good speed, in terrific speed. But it does not mean the literal, it is not the literal meaning. The literal meaning of this in a fast lane is in great excitement. Usage of the word, if you see, the usage of the word is as such that whenever things are happening quickly or when one is actively pursuing a fast-paced lifestyle or is very excited, in that time or in that terms, this thing is being used. Question number 47 can be considered as a bit difficult question. A shy, nervous person with a weak character. So there are few words which we do not usually use in common language or day-to-day activities. The correct answer is option number 1, because the option number 2, derelict, it means a person without home, job or property. Miltonian means relating to the characteristic of the English poet John Milton or his work following to that. And tank is a container holding liquids. We all know about it. So the correct option is option number 1, milky toast is the right answer. Next, moving on to the next question, question number 48. The possible returns of an action. Okay, implementation can be positive, can be negative. The result can be positive, can be negative of implementing something. Decision is just, it is not a result. It is just to decide on something. A conclusion or resolution reached after consideration is a decision. Causation is basically the action of causing something, relationship between cause and effect. So the right answer will be option number 3, ramification. The meaning of ramification means a consequence or result of an action, especially a complex or unwelcoming one. You can go through the example as well. The new law has served unexpected ramifications for small businesses. So this will be the correct option, option number 3, ramification. Moving on to the next question, question number 49, which is selecting the option for to adjust or make right, correct or amend. Again, 4 options. Recruit does not fit because recruiting is hiring someone. Recreate, making something again. Recourse and rectify. Okay, so the answer is rectify. The answer is rectify, which means to correct or fix something that is wrong or mistaken. It is often used sometimes to describe the process of identifying and resolving errors of the problems. Whereas recourse means the act of turning something or someone for help or support. It can refer to a legal or formal action that is taken. Understood? So the correct option is rectify. Last question, question number 50 of English. Something is done because no one wants to, not by force. Means something has been done which nobody wanted, not by force at least. So the answer for this is voluntarily. Means doing something of their own. It is subjected is to force someone to undergo something, no to tell someone no. So threatening, coerce, these words will not be used. Subjected will not be used. So the right answer for this is voluntary. So in your final exam also, tomorrow, day after tomorrow or on 12th, you will get the same type of questions in which 4 to 5 questions will belong from grammar, 6-7 question belong from spotting the error. While solving questions from spotting the error, there are certain degrees through which you can check where the error is. You can first check the tenses, then you can check the punctuations, then you can check the usage of voice, and something known as intuition, which works very, very good whenever it comes to grammar, especially. What is your feeling? What is your gut feeling about that sentence? If you are well read, you have read things over a period of time. So, at that particular instance, once you read the statement, once you read the sentence, it will automatically come to you whether it is right or it is wrong. Okay, guys. So, all the best for your exam tomorrow or day after or on 12th. Remember this thing, English will increase your score. English is something which will give you the maximum marks. Fine, let us go ahead for the Konkani section. Last 10 questions and we are done. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. You can share your screen as well if you require, or if you want me to just scroll through it, I can do that as well.
Sir, I will share my screen.
Okay.
Sir, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
So last 10 questions are of Konkani, and in Konkani, when we talk about Konkani being only 10 questions, there could be different type of questions which could be asked. Some of them could be grammar, and some of them also could be about authors and some history of Konkani in Goa. ओके सो हे लास्ट क्वेश्चना मदीं कितें येवपाक शकता ताका लागून आमचे जेन्ना कोंकणी शिकतात तेन्ना दुसरे दुसरेचे ग्रॅमर टॉपिक्स आहा सगळे कवर करप इम्पॉर्टंट आहा सो पयलो क्वेश्चन आमी पळोवया क्वेश्चन नंबर 51 प्रायम मिनिस्टर ह्या शब्दाक कोंकणी उतर कितें प्रायम मिनिस्टर ह्या शब्दाक कोंकणी उतर कितें चार ऑप्शन्स मंत्री प्रधानमंत्री राष्ट्रपती उपराष्ट्रपती सो द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज प्रधानमंत्री मिनिस्टर म्हणजे मंत्री आणि प्रधानमंत्री म्हणजे प्राइम मिनिस्टर सो द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज ऑप्शन नंबर 2 प्रधानमंत्री नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्वेश्चन 52 बरो आणि ऊंक ही उतरां एकठांय येतकच आमकां डॅश उतर मेळटा बरो आणि ऊंक ही उतरां एकठांय येतकच आमकां डॅश उतर मेळटा आतां ही हेतून आमी दोन उतरां जोडून एक उतर करतात आता चारही ऑप्शन जे आसा बरोवंक बोरोवंक थर्ड ऑप्शन बरोवंक आणि फोर्थ ऑप्शन बोरोवंक आता हांगा मातशें कन्फ्यूज जावपाक शकता सपोज तुमकां हें उतर बरोवंक हें उतर केन्नाच पयलीं आयकूंक ना जाल्यार बट इफ यू ऑल हॅव हर्ड वी नो दॅट द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज ऑप्शन नंबर 3 बरोवंक ओके सो उ वयता थंयची आनी थंय व येता आनी तें जाता बरोवंक सो बरो आणि ऊंक ही दोन उतरां मेळून बरोवंक हें उतर जाता आनी बरोवंक मीन्स टू रायट नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन अथॉरिटी ह्या शब्दाक कोंकणी उतर कितें अथॉरिटी ह्या शब्दाक कोंकणी उतर कितें सो ह्या उतराचें कोंकणी उतर म्हटल्यार फर्स्ट ऑप्शन अधिकारिणी ओके अधिकारिणी मागीर जे उपरांत ऑप्शन्स आसात न्यायालय म्हणजे कोर्ट ओके मागीर आसा सल्लागार मीन्स कन्सल्टंट आणि जनसेवक म्हणजे पब्लिक सर्वंट सो द करेक्ट ऑप्शन फॉर अथॉरिटी इन कोंकणी इज अधिकारिणी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन गोवा कोंकणी अकादेमी खंय आसा गोवा कोंकणी अकादेमी खंय आसा दिस इज अ जनरल नॉलेज बेस्ड क्वेश्चन फॉर कोंकणी आणि ती गोंयांत पणजे आसा सो द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज ऑप्शन नंबर 3 पणजी क्वेश्चन नंबर 55 कोंकणीतलो दुसरो ज्ञानपीठ पुरस्कार कोणाक फावो जाला कोंकणीतलो दुसरो ज्ञानपीठ पुरस्कार कोणाक फावो जाला इवन दिस इज अ जनरल नॉलेज क्वेश्चन चार ऑप्शन्स आसा बाकीबाब बोरकार महाबळेश्वर सैल दामोदर मावजो आणि रवींद्र केडेकर द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज दामोदर मावजो. हांगा पळयात की दुसरो ज्ञानपीठ विचारला. ओके, सो द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज दामोदर मावजो. हांका दुसरो ज्ञानपीठ पुरस्कार फावो जाल्लो कोंकणीत. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 56. कोंकणी भाषेचो पयलो सरस्वती पुरस्कार कोणाक मेळ्ळो? ओके, आता पहिल्या क्वेश्चनान विचारलेले ज्ञानपीठ पुरस्कार, दुसरो ज्ञानपीठ पुरस्कार. हांगा विचारला पयलो सरस्वती पुरस्कार. सो पयलो सरस्वती पुरस्कार जो मेळ्ळा त्या ह्या ऑप्शनांतलो मदलो आसा महाबळेश्वर सेल. ओके, महाबळेश्वर सेल ऑप्शन नंबर 4. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आसा कोंकणीतलो पयलो ज्ञानपीठ पुरस्कार कोणाक फावो जाला? आता क्वेश्चन नंबर 65 विचारला दुसरो ज्ञानपीठ पुरस्कार आणि आता विचारला पयलो ज्ञानपीठ पुरस्कार. सो पयलो ज्ञानपीठ पुरस्कार फावो जाला ऑप्शन नंबर 1 रवींद्र केडेकर. आता तुम्ही पळयला आसतले की हे तिनूय क्वेश्चन जे आहले क्वेश्चन नंबर 55, 56, 57 ह्या पुरस्कारांचेरूच बेस्ड आसात आणि ते जनरल नॉलेज आसा. सो तुमकां सपोज हे क्वेश्चन्स यांची माहिती तुमकां आदी फुडेंच खबर आहा जाल्यार डायरेक्टली यू कॅन टिक मार्क द करेक्ट ऑप्शन. ओके, देर इज नो स्कोप फॉर मेकिंग एनी मिस्टेक ओवर हियर. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 58. कोंकणी भाषेचो बापूय कोण? Who is the father of Konkani language? And the correct option among this is option number 2, शेणे गोंयबाब. शेणे गोंयबाब जावन आसा कोंकणी भाषेचे बापूय. अगेन अ जनरल नॉलेज बेस्ड क्वेश्चन. सो हे 4 क्वेश्चन्स समज तुमकां कोंकणीचो बॅकग्राऊंड खबर आसा, हे 4 क्वेश्चन तुम्ही करेक्ट मार्क करून यू कॅन डायरेक्टली गेट द फुल मार्क्स फॉर दिस 4 क्वेश्चन्स. नेक्स्ट, मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. मॅनेजर ह्या शब्दाक कोंकणी उतर कितें? मॅनेजर ह्या शब्दाक कोंकणी उतर कितें? आणि हांगा ऑप्शन्स आसा वेवस्थापक, फर्स्ट ऑप्शन, सेकंड ऑप्शन सचिव, थर्ड ऑप्शन खजिनदार आणि फोर्थ ऑप्शन करकून. ओके, अँड द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज व्यवस्थापक. ओके, व्यवस्थापक म्हणजे इन इंग्लिश मॅनेजर. ओके, आता दुसरी जी उतरां आहा सचिव. सचिव मीन्स सेक्रेटरी. मागीर नेक्स्ट आहा खजिनदार. खजिनदार म्हणजे ट्रेजरर. ओके, द वन हू लुक्स आफ्टर मनी. देन कारकून म्हणजे क्लर्क. ओके, सो ऑल दिस मॅनेजर, सेक्रेटरी, ट्रेजरर, क्लर्क, all these are office type of names in Konkani. सचिव, खजिनदार, करकून आणि व्यवस्थापक. And the last question is मन मोडप म्हणल्यार डॅश जावप. ओके, मन मोडप म्हणल्यार डॅश जावप. मन मोडप हे एक वाक्यप्रचार इडियम. ओके, वाक्यप्रचार. मन means mind आणि मोडप means your mind is not happy. Okay, if something is making you sad, modup means to break. In this context it is something which makes the mind sad. Okay, so इथून 4 ऑप्शन्स आसा कशी जावप. आता पळय कशी जावप हे ऑप्शन जावचेत ना बिकॉज मन हांगा दुखी जाता. सेकंड आहा रडप, आम्ही मनाची खबर करता सो रडप इथून येवचे ना. तिसरे ऑप्शन आहा रूच येवप, तुका रूच येता, कसल्या जेवणाची रूच येता. ओके, ते जावचे ना बिकॉज वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द फिलिंग ऑफ हॅपीनेस अँड सॅडनेस ओवर हियर. ओके, the last option is निराश जावप. Okay, we know that the meaning of निराश जावप म्हणजे to be sad. Okay, so the correct option, the meaning of मन मोडप हाचे meaning जाता निराश जावप. ऑप्शन नंबर 4. ओके, सो इथून आमचे 10 क्वेश्चन्स कोंकणीचे सोंपतात. आता मेन गजाल तुमकां याद दवरपाची आसा म्हटल्यार कोंकणीन कसले क्वेश्चन्स येवपाक शकता. स्पेसिफिक खंयचे ग्रॅमर येतले वा खंयची म्हणी येतल्यो वा जनरल नॉलेज येतले अशें ना. इट कॅन बी अ मिक्सचर ऑफ डिफरंट टायप ऑफ क्वेश्चन्स. सो द की इज टू नो ऑल द ग्रामॅटिकल कॉन्सेप्ट्स thoroughly, to pick the correct option, and secondly also to know some general knowledge about the authors of Konkani. Some things because कोंकणीची जी माहिती आसा ती खूप कमी आसा. ओके, चड अशी ना. सो इट इज इजी टू लर्न ऑल द knowledge about Konkani, the authors, the poets, the famous poets, and also मातशें लेखन करचें कोंकणीचें, मातशें वाचन करचें. वाचन म्हटल्यार कित्याक? सो दॅट युअर वोकॅबलरी ऑफ कोंकणी इनक्रीजीस एंड यू कॅन इजिली अंडरस्टँड द क्वेश्चन. म्हणी आनी ओपारी हेय कोंकणीन इम्पॉर्टंट आसा. सो हे ग्रॅमर, लेखकाची माहिती आनी थोडी भोवती तुमी वाचन केलें जाल्यार यू कॅन इजिली क्लियर दीस पार्ट ऑफ द पेपर. Yes, sir, I'm done.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So, guys, this was all for the mock paper which happened uh, 2-3 days back. This live mock test paper solution which was there finishes now. Okay. So, last minute suggestions on this paper is, you see, if you want to score in any kind of this type of exam paper, you should first target the easy subjects. Easy subjects means English and Konkani are the ones which needs to be targeted first, because finishing English will take you around 16-17 minutes maybe, and Konkani will take you another 7-8 minutes. So within 25 minutes 30 questions are solved, and you are now remaining with 50 minutes to solve another 30 questions, which will give you great piece of comfort while solving mathematic questions or while solving logical reasoning. Mathematic looks easy. Many people solve mathematics, but we never know when we get in trap of maths. Like say for example, one question or two questions, if I'm not able to solve, and I have spent good 7-8 minutes on the same, then I'm actually diminishing my chances of getting good score or scoring well in the remaining mathematics question. So the sequence of examination should always be first Konkani, because getting a mandatory 4 marks in Konkani is very, very important. Then English, then logical reasoning, and maths at the end. This will help you score in the best possible way in all these examinations. For this examination, accountant, tax officer, or junior engineer, in your mind, you think that approximately 38, 39 marks should be the cutoff out of 60. If you just think by the notification that 27 marks is the cutoff, and you are getting 28 and thinking that you will be called for CBT-2, then you are in the wrong boat, my friend. You need to consider the fact that that is just a score which is a qualifying score. It is not something which will give you a seat in CBT-2. So to ensure that CBT-2 seat, you have to get 38 marks, approximately 38 or 39 marks for a sure shot seat in CBT-2. So focus as per that, solve question as per that. Sequence of the questions I had already told, already we had discussed how you will be able to get onto that. Don't leave any question unmarked or unattempted, because there is no negative marking. Like in English, when you saw directly 3 to 4 direct questions have option 1. In most of the questions had option 1. So if someone, even if you are marking any option, mark 1 1 1 1 1 or mark 2 2 2 2 2. But do it. Don't leave any question before going for the examination. It's in the examination. Please carry all the essentials: your water bottle, pen, pencil, eraser, sharpener, ID cards, Xerox copy of your Aadhaar cards, napkin, tissue paper, whatever you use. Have a good sound sleep before the examination. Have good food before the examination. Means good normal food, so that you should not fall asleep during the exam, because it's completely air conditioned where you give the examination. Exams are cracked mentally and psychologically. What happens in the exam is just the output or just the out result. But those who clear the exams, they had already prepared themselves psychologically and in brain that they are already selected or they will be able to crack it. It is just a 1 hour or a 2 hour job. Prepare yourself up to that level. Okay, so all the best from the Bodhi Academy. Give your best. We had already discussed how to solve the paper. This is one very good example, and there are other mock tests as well. on YouTube on our channel. You can go through that. There are many strategy sessions as well. You can go through that. And we'll be able to know more and more about the strategies of cracking or clearing GPSC examinations or Goa Staff Selection Commission examinations. Fine. So this is the end of this session. Thank you very much for patiently listening to us, and all the best for your further exams. Thank you.